All right, welcome to today's class. And today we are doing pivot tables and pivot charts. And we are using the sales data sets, sales data original. That's the one we are using. So we have actually cleaned up our data sets and it's sparkling clean, ready to be used, ready for analysis. So it's in our hands now. We already know these are our columns. And of course, the others are the values we have. So what's really a pivot table? So pivot tables help you quickly summarize your data and have a quick analysis of your entire data set. And it's such a very handy tool, an amazing tool that has become standard for summarizing data in Excel. So what it means when you are at work, and your company uses Excel, you are likely going to be doing pivot table because it actually makes more sense, makes life easier. And to go to pivot table or pivot table, to go to it, you need to you should change your table, your range to tables, then before you before you go to pivot table. To be able to do, the reason you need to change it to a table is essentially because tables are smart. So when later you add new data to this table, and all you need to do is to click refresh on pivot table. It's going to refresh. And we're going to try doing it so that you understand what we're talking about. So to go to table, you click in the anywhere in the sheets that we have value and Control A, it will select the entire sheet where we have value. And then Control T, we select, so right now it's selected A to S. So we click OK. Now, before that, you see this radio button, my table has header. If your table does not have header, you will untick it. But right now our table has header and we can see that it has header, which most times that's usually the case. So click OK. And here we have table. And because we have table, what really happens is that we have a new tab called table design. Table design, that's because we are now on table. We have this new tab called table design. And that means we also have with this new tab comes with so many other things you can do on this table. Things like changing the design of the table. You can see all the design you can. You can also create your new style. If I go here, we have this design. So you can do a whole lot of things. I'm going to clear it. All right, so now your table needs to have a name. It's standard practice that you give your table a name. It is standard practice that you give your table a name. So let's give it a name. When you come up here, you will see the table name. And your table name cannot have space. It's important you don't leave any space. So let's name it sales data. Or you can name it sales data, and then we're good. So we have table name now. Now, what do we do next? We can go to pivot table, can click here to go to pivot table, or we can go to, that should be home, some data, is it? Yes. Okay, that's for table. All right, so from here you go to, where's the table design? From here you can go to pivot table. So when I click here, it brings up a box asking me Do you want to go to pivot table? Giving me some options. This first one is the table name. The next one is, do you want it on a new sheet or on the same sheet? If I say on the same sheet, it will come by the side. If I say on the new sheet, it will give us an entirely new sheet. And the standard practice is that you do it on a new sheet, so you have space and it's much more cleaner. And so if you say it's on existing sheet, I think you need to give it location here. All right, so let's move on. Now, if you want to, for this other one, if you're creating data model in Power Pivot, you can click on this, but that's not what we're doing. We want to create only pivot table. So we say OK, and it will take us to a blank new sheet. Now, when you look at this sheet, you notice that it's written at the bottom left here, sheet one. So I like to have it, to the right to keep things organized. So I'll drag it here. Yes, I feel it's better organized this way. Now, when you look at it, nothing is here. As you keep clicking out on this blank space, you don't see anything. It looks like nothing. But if I click inside this space, click in any area to work with the pivot table, any of this little area, I will see my columns, my data set show up by the right side. So let's click there. So you see it. When I click outside, it disappears. So you take note. Click inside, it comes up. Outside, it disappears. So anywhere around the pivot table, even though it's not been built, it will show. When it's built, it will show. So take note of that. Now here we are. When you look at this pivot table field, so we have columns. We have the search here, we have columns. These same columns is the same. It matches the columns we have on our table. These column names, these fields match the columns we have on our table. So you know. All right, so now the next one are the places we want to drag. This represents filter. So if you want to use any column as filter, you put it in here. This represents columns. If you want to use any column here as column names, you use it. You can use this. This is row. The one you want to use as a row from top to bottom, you put it here. And then this is only for values, things like sales. You want to do so all those aggregate function, you do it on the value. Aggregate function, you do it on the value. This is column, this is row, and this is for filter. Anything that has to do with calculation, it's on this value. And that's how simple it is. Now, when you go up here, you notice that we are on home now, but we have an addition because we are on pivot table. We have two additional tabs called pivot table analyze, and then design. Let's go back to data. You will see this pivot table analyze and design will disappear. So on data, we have on this table, on the table side, the data table, we have only table design because we have table. Now, on the pivot table, we have pivot table analyzer and design, and these things come handy. So let's go into them. This is pivot table analyzer. So here you have so many things you can do with your pivot table, and it's so amazing. Trust me, it's so amazing. All right, so then with here you have field header, you have button, plus and minus button, you'll see it in a bit. Then you have field list, and this is a field list. So let's go. So if I click here, the list disappears. Even though I click inside the pivot table, it doesn't show. So when I go to list, it comes up again. Please take note of that. On the button, you're not seeing anything because we have not created any pivot. any pivot table. The same thing with this. So then the other one is recommended pivot table, and this one is pivot chart. This is the one we're going to use a whole lot to design our chart. So this is great that we're not using this. But meanwhile, this is more like creating relationship, like data model. You're going to learn that. All right, you already know relationship. So create data model. But this time around, it is dimensional data model that will create here. All right, so let's move on. And then here you can use it to do some calculation like DAX functions. All right, so the next one is move pivot table, select, clear. We're not likely going to use this. So when you add new data to table, when you add new data to the bottom of the table, you come here and refresh, then it will show on the pivot table. It will reflect. You don't need to start redoing all your work again. It will just show. All you need to do is click on refresh. This is change data sources. Where is this data coming from? You can change it. And you can insert slicer and timeline, and you're going to see how we do that. This is group selection. We're going to see how we do those. And then these ones to expand field and collapse, you will see it. So now here is the pivot table. We are going to name our pivot table. Let's say we want to do some analysis. We want to analyze sales by products. So we name it sales. Remember, these tables don't need space. By products. Products. So yeah, products. So here we go. Now let's move on. First, we want to, that's what we say we want to do. So let's pick up sales. This is sales. And because it's sales, it's number, it's value, it's money, we drag it down to value. So you see, remember how when we did the maximum when we did some aggregate function, when we are doing formulas of function, when you do those things, you get one value. So aggregate functions give you like one value until you analyze it by a certain dimension. Those dimensions are just like, say, customer name, products, region, dates. Those are dimensions. Now, when you look at this, you will see this thing is sales, but here it's written sum of sales. This, because when you drag this to this place, most times it defaults to sum of sales. That's the aggregate it performs. But it can actually perform different type of aggregation. If you click here and go to value field settings, you will see different type of aggregation. Say I want to do average, I can pick up average and say, okay, it gives us average. If I come here and go again, value field setting, I want to do count, it picks up counts and it gives us the count, 700 fields, that's what we have here. So let's go back and pick up sum and move on. Now, notice I did it from here. I did it from here and click this arrow and then pick value field setting. I could also do it from this point. Right click and go to value field settings and choose. I can also say, okay, I don't want to go to the value field setting. I just want to quickly do it. So you summarize value by, right click summarize value by counts, which is faster, by average, maximum, and you choose what you want. And that's how amazing this is. So I'll push it back to sum. All right, so let's move on. Now, this on its own just gives us the sum of our sales, but it doesn't really give us more insight on how this some of these sales came about. Where are they coming from? From which countries? From which products? What date did this happen? How did you come about this huge amount of money we made in sales? And that's why a dimension is important. And the dimension are those columns that will help you make sense out of your data. I remember how we did it in SQL, where we did group by. This is actually what we're about to do here. And that's the beautiful thing um, pivot table gives to you. It helps you group your stuff by any dimension and gives you the value in a on the fly without writing any single code. All right, so I want to do it by products. So I pick product and we want it to be on the row. Now you see products on the row. All right, so we have blank here and we're going to remove this blank. Don't worry about that. Assuming I move this product to column, see what happens. I see how it's represented. That's column and that's row. So, but this is how we want to present it. There will be a time when you want to do column, and we are going to go through all these things. All right, so let's move on. When I'm doing my pivot table, I don't like it, snapping close to the end of the sheet. So what I usually do is I want it to start from column B. So I'll right click and insert. So I have inserted the space. So it gives me more space to work on. And I feel like I like it this way. All right, so let's move on. This is money. Sum of sales is money, and we all know it's money. It's money. So what do we do with it? We format it to look like what it is. And to format it, again, I can right click and come here, value field settings, or I could come here, click here, value field setting. Either way, it's going to work. So, no, so it's not here, it's format that we need to do. Sorry about that. Okay, so format sale. Okay, yeah, so click on format sales. Currency. Remember what we talked about currency and accounting level of accounting type of currency and currency. So you see the accounting type separates the currency symbol from the money, so as to give you some clarity. Like if I pick it now, you see this, but all right, so this is just doing only one. And why doing only one? Value field setting, pivot option. Oh, sorry, we'll do number formatting. Thank you. So on the number format, but that's the same thing. So to pick currency and yeah, so number formatting did everything, which is right like what we want. So this currency, what it does is it picks up only. So what it does is it picks up this. It snaps the value, the currency symbol to the amount. But if we pick up, let's go to number formatting again. If we pick only, drag it this way, accounting, it gives it some space. You can see. So it depends on what you want. So I think I would like to work with dates. Now, and this makes sense. If we are not interested in the decimal places, that represents the lower domination of every money, we can actually go back there and remove it. So decimal places, no, I don't want to make it 0. And it goes out. So it depends on what you want. And here we are. This is what we have. And let's add context to this. Right now we have it by year, by product, sum of sale by product. Let's add some more context to this. Let's say I want to show it by year. This is what I'm going to do. Let's look for date. This is date. This is date. All right, sorry. So this is date. Let's pick date here. And all right, I've not picked it. So let's put it on column, see what happens here. All right, so see what our date has done. It created date. We have on these dates, come by the side here. So you will have year dates. We have dates here, we have month, we have quarter, we have year. So what happens here is it created a kind of hierarchy. Say, this is your date, we can break it down to quarter, year, months, and your normal dates. So depending on what we want, if we want to see this thing broken down, so we can come here, you can see this plus sign, we can come here and expand it. All right. So, all right, so we expand this and it keeps expanding by, giving us some different dates, and we can keep expanding this way. But this is what I want to do. Let me collapse it. I can come here and expand it from here. So you can see 2028 has expanded to quarter, and this is quarter four, quarter three, and quarter four. That's what we have for that year. Expand this quarter again. It gives us the months, and in this quarter, we have just 1 month. And we can decide to expand this again, and it will give us the day. But let's leave it at this level, month. Then we'll go again, expand this other quarter. And here in this quarter, we have the complete quarter, October, November, December. And we can go again and expand this. But let's go to our design here, pivot design, and come here, click it again. So, all right, so we are here. I can decide to expand it. Oh, sorry, it's expanding. I can decide to expand it from up here or here. So now I can go on and expand, and it keeps on expanding. So when I click everything, it's expanded up to months for me. But at this point, it's kind of cluttered. It's not giving us, well, it's not making sense right now to us. What can we do to make it better? You can come here by the side here and look at it and drag out. All right, so we don't want here, we remove here, you can drag it out. So we don't have here again. Okay, I don't think quarter looks good on it. We'll remove quarter. Okay, now we have month, we have dates. So we can actually expand and see some dates, but we don't really need that. So we can come here, drag the date out, and have it by month. You can see how better it looks. Now, right now, you can easily say, okay, on the month of March, this is the sales we have. We have 2,000, we have 2 million from Amarilla. All right, so let us look at even, yeah. So we have this amount from Amarilla. On the month of February, we have this amount from Amarilla. And this makes a whole lot of sense. So in the course of doing this, you can see we have grand total by the at the bottom level, and we have it at the row level. So let's say we don't want that, we can actually go to pivots. Oh no, we can go to design and see grand total. So off for off for rows and column. If I click on off for rows and column, I don't see any grand total at all. I don't see any grand total at all. If I say, okay, no, I want it on the column level, at the row level, or at the column level. So what I want is um, on for column only, or on it. So I have it at the bottom here. But if I feel I don't like it, it's distracting, I could just quickly, so this means by year, this is what we are able to get. If we want to have it by column, so we can actually go and click here, or by row, we can have it here by row only, and we have it by the side here. And that's how amazing this is. So I click out and then I have this. And that's how amazing this is. All right. So let's click in. Now this, I don't like this. So let's see, what can we do there? All right, so we can't do anything at this point. But we can column label. What I do with column label, I will just remove it completely. As if nothing is there. Sum of sales. Yes, so I can give it the name. Sum of sales. Yeah, the name sum of sales is fine. Can we make it centralize it? Oh, so it's only here. All right, so here we have this. And what else can we really do to this? We can actually go to design and have a different design for it, depending on what you want. Just give it any design you want. And we have a whole lot of them. If you want a kind of custom design based on your company, you come in here and you tell it what you want. You can go as far as, okay, I want to format. What do you want to format? You choose what you want to format. We choose the font. You choose the font style. You have border here. We have border here. So, but for now, this is not our focus. All right, so I'm going to go back, make it look cleaner. Okay. All right, so I think I want it the way it is before, so I'll clear this. Okay. So here we are with our table. What if I don't want this the way it is like this? So I can also say, I want this date to be on the products. Perhaps I'll put it here. So it is here. But I don't want it to be at this. I want it to be on top. So what really happens is, because the product is on top, it's going to say this product, we sold this, these are the sales we got from this product by month. But you can do it the other way, that in the months, we can do it this other way, and of course, go and expand this. So we can come in here. Where do we go to expand? So we expand here. Expand. Okay, so it expanded everything. All right, so, and here we are. Remember the button we talked about, plus and minus button. We say we don't want. We can come here now and remove them. See? And remove them, we can add them. So that is, all right, so let me remove this. I don't like this. Okay, so that is it, guys. But the other way around looks more better for undoing it here. So I feel it's much more easier to understand this way than the other way. All right, so that is this for this. Now, say I want to create a new one. I don't have to start going back to my data. All I need to do, okay, so first of all, I will name this sheet, I'll call it sales by products. I'll name it table because we might go there and do other things. So what do I want to do? I want to duplicate this so that I will remove whatever I don't want. So right click, hold my control key button and move on. Then I'll be able to duplicate it. So we have this other one, we have this other one. So let's say this is sales. This is sales by country. So this time around, all I need to do is I'll just remove this date. I don't need you. It goes back to here. So I'll remove the products. I don't need you. Then I'll go and pick country and put it in rows. And here we are. Okay. So we have this row. We have this row that is empty. So I think we can come in here. I don't like this row that is empty here. I don't know what we really did that we did not remove it. So I'll come in here, this drop down, this arrow, and then I will untick it. And you can do this even in Power BI, in Power Query. I can untick it. I don't want it there. And then here we are. We have what we want. So here now we're not doing any kind of, any kind of trying to expand the table, make the table look better because we are not interested in the table. We want to be able to plot charts. And so you click anywhere in the pivot table and go to pivot table analyzer, go to charts. So now you can come to recommended pivot table, but what I'm going for is pivot charts. Now here we are, we have different charts. Line chart, column charts, like your bar charts. So the difference between column chart and bar chart, these are the same bars, but the horizontal bar chart is usually known as bar chart. The vertical one is usually known as column chart. So we have column chart, line, pie, bar, just name it. Have them scatter plots, map, stock. So you have all the different ones, funnels, waterfall, just all the different charts, and they're so amazing. Now we are going to go to our old friend. Let's start with this. This is our old friend. Okay, so we'll pick it up. Now, when you click on it, you notice we have this and we have other form of it, like stack bar chart. We have 100% stacked bar chart. We have 3D clustered, 3D. I don't recommend using 3D in your chart. It doesn't add value to what you're doing. Stay with the flat one. All right, so the only one we're going to explain the course of this internship, it's this one, and this. So we'll pick this. And okay, so here we are. We have a chart. And at this point, now that we have this, the next thing we want to do is to make it look better. So you can see how these numbers are all cluttered. I can actually click here hold it, make it wider, but it doesn't solve much problem. Even though, yes, it's okay like this, but it doesn't solve much problem. So let's make it better. Now we have this. We can from here select, when you click here, you can select all the columns, all the countries you want, or deselect. See that empty we had there. And but I don't need it. So what I want to do is I want to remove this button. I want to have enough space. So to have enough space, I will click on this button, right click, cannot just remove it. You want to hide button on chart. Hide all field buttons on charts. So it's going to hide the both of them. All right, so we have been able to hide the button. Now this is total. This label, it's not doing legend, it's called legend. It's not doing much for us. So we want to remove it and do better. So remove it by right-clicking and delete, or just click on delete. So we have been able to delete it. So you see this line inside, I don't like them. Grid line, I don't like them. See, I just click one of them and they all selected. I think I can click, punch my delete key, keyboard, and they will go easily. You can also right-click and delete it. Now the text here, the numbers here are not readable. So I can go on and, okay, so this is format. Come here, show you different ways we can do it. I am here. Come here, select. Okay, so I need to explain something to you. Now, for you to know where you are on your charts, this is what shows you where you are. So now that I have selected this, it's telling me you are on the horizontal value. If I select this, you are on the vertical categorical axis. Yes, for Lola.
I want to ask a question. Earlier we did sales versus date. Now we are on country versus sum of sales. So how do I keep both pivot, both graph? How do I keep both of them?
Yeah, you create different sheets for them. Like you
Okay,
can
create
create them,
different sheets.
create different
Okay,
sheets.
all right. Thank you very much.
No worries. So this will show you where you are. If I click on the bar to tell you you're on the series total. So it shows you where you are at every point in time. Please control the noise on the background, please. All right, so let's move on. Now, I don't like this like this. This is what I want to work on. Okay, so I can go on and to right click and format as. But that's not what I want to do. I want to have this inside the bar. So I can come here and data label, enable data label. So I have enabled it, but I want it inside the bar. Now that I have enabled it, when I hover over data label, you will see an arrow here. When I click on this arrow, it shows me why do I want it? So I want it inside end. It makes more sense there and it's smarter. Inside end. So it's there. All right, but the blue is dark, the text is black. So I would like a brighter color. So I have clicked on the text. I will just go to font here and click on white. White. All right, so I would like to click, I think I can actually go to home and make it bold if I want. All right, so, and it's looking good. Let's look at this. All right, sorry for that break. All right, so now I want to work on this. I'm seeing, I think this gap is too much. I want to close it. So I'll right click and format data series, not data label, data series. So you can see here, if I reduce make the gap. So what I'm doing is reducing the width of the gap. As I reduce the width of the gap, the bar will expand. See? So I think I'm happy with it. Let me just make it 60. Yeah, I think I'm happy with it. If I want this to be more, the font to be more, I can increase the font size. Let me see, right click and format data label. So I can format data label here. So right click and format data label. So what I want to do is I can add a separator here for the money, but it already has a nice separator. So I want to increase, I want to format it. Here, let's see this. No, the numbers, let's see. All right, so what I would do is, what I want to do is increase the number. I want to increase the font size. Okay, test option. All right, that's fine. This is label, this is test option. I click on test option. Yeah, let's see, test solid. Okay, that's nice. So I can, what do I want to do? I don't seem to see what I want to do here, so I will just leave it and come to this place, come to home and do the normal stuff. Well, yeah, font size. So I can make it 11. Yeah, 11 looks good. Okay, so what else can we do? We don't like this, do we? No, we don't like it. So right click and delete. And that's looking good. Let's make this a bit bigger. So that's font. We want to format as is. So where is the text? Now, I think I would like to increase the text from this angle. Let's make it 11. Okay, so I think I am happy. Now you notice that it has a white background. It has a white background. You can control the background. So let's see, right click and so let's see what the background is like. So I will hide this stuff. It's the background shape. I don't want, okay, outline. I don't want anything. So I'll go here. So if I want any color, see, but I don't want anything, I can go here. And so the background format plot area. So in that plot area, I can give it any, you can see the color is white. I can give it any color. Let's say I want to give it a darker color of dark gray. see how it comes out, which is actually quite nice. But for now, I want to remove the color. Okay, so I want to remove the color. So what I will do to remove the color, I will make the transparency 100%. So that means there is no background color here. All right, so let's make this. That's sales, isn't it? Sales by country. Yeah, so I could just come here and make it better. Make it a bit better. Maybe this. And if I want it bold. And yeah, I think I am good. I'm happy with this. Okay. Any question at this point?
I'm trying to fix mine, but the grant how did you remove the grand total from under the table?
Oh, we did it here. So when you go to this, you go to pivot, you go to design, click on the pivot table, you go to design,
Okay.
then grand total. You choose what you want. So
Oh,
you
okay,
can
okay,
off, you can turn it
okay,
off
okay,
completely.
okay. All right. Thank you.
So here we are. We have been able to format this. Now you can see how long it took us to format this. It's quite a long, took us some time. So that is why you won't be in a hurry to discard it. So I will just duplicate it. So if I want to now, this is sales. If I want to make profit by country, I can actually make profit by country. So I have duplicated it. Profit by country. So instead of that, I will take away sales, take away sales and bring in profits. Okay, so we still have some of our formatting, but the number formatting has it's gone. So I will come, I will change it to white, and we made it bold. We made it 11 and bold. And yeah, that's it. Profits by country. Now let's say I don't like this color. So let's format the data label, the data series. This tab is called, this bar is called data series. So let's format the color. All right, so that's solid. See the color blue. I don't like that color, so I can choose to give it maybe a gray color. See, it looks quite nice, if you ask me. But gray color also means something. So we give it different color. So gray color, you have to just be careful in using it. So let's say I like prime soft color. So I give it that. But I kind of don't like it for this. And what if I just want only outline? Okay, so transparency, 0, but I need to change the text. Then I want, okay, so that's border. I want solid border, and I want it to be then the prime soft color. I want to increase the point. So you see how nice it is, actually. And yeah, so the edge is a round one. So the round is nice. And yeah, so then that means I will need to go back and make my tests. Make my tests, give it. a darker color. A darker color like this. Oh, okay. So that means I have to make this consistent color, give it the same color. Uh, um, where is the color? Okay, so I can come here and change it to the same color. What's happening? Maybe that's the color because I didn't make it bold. Okay. All right, so you can still decide to have it this way. Just have it your way. Choose what you want. Choose what you want. And this line, that line looks somehow to me. Kind of like that line. I remove it. Vertical, middle, center. It's the line I'm looking for. All right, so it's not here. All right, so this is what we have been able to do, but feel free to give it your own design. So you can see that this looks quite big. So let's make it a little format. Let's make it a little, thin. Yeah, it's solid. It's 3.5, and I want to make it uh, okay. I think this is okay. Okay, so here we go. Just do what you want. You guys, most of you will have better design sense than me. Just do what you want. Do what you want. Be in charge. But this is what I've been able to come up with. So what else can we do? I can still duplicate this one, and this time around, I don't want this bar chart. I want a time series analysis. So let me pick this. So what do I want to do? I want to know what we have been able to do over time. So I want to know our units sold over time. I want to remove this, and then where is our date? So in this date, I am not interested in year. I'm not interested in quarter. I think I'm okay with months only for now. But I don't want this bar chart. So what I want is line charts. Come here, not just line charts. I would remove this completely. Okay, I'll remove this completely and click here and pick what I want. All right, so let me remove this one, this rubbish stuff. And we are good. So I'll pick my charts. So you chose bar, but what I want to choose is line charts. So I'll come here, choose a line chart. And here we are. So I kind of like it because it is actually the standard practice. This is actually the standard practice. So as it is, I can have my data bar, my data level here, and then completely remove this one. So completely remove this one. Choose what you want. And of course, I don't always like this. The grade. Click in it and delete. This is what do we call it? Unit sold. Sold over time, or you can call it by month. All right, so this is hundreds of thousands. So let's try formatting it. Right click, format data series. It's the label we want to format. So we want to format the value. We want to format the value. We'll give it a separator, or do we really need that one? We want to, let's see the number, category general. Okay, number. So it has taken the number format. What do I want? So I want it to be in thousands. How do we do it? This is showing in, so we can come here, delete this. Is it double? This is formatting. Let's see. No, it's not giving me what I want. Let me see this. I am trying to give it series name. No. Value. No. Category name. So that's not what we want. All right, so hopefully one of the days when we're doing more, I will show you what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to reduce it to the format. It's the formatting. If you're talking, your background is not okay. You're talking far away from the background. Let's see. Yes. No. So we have some here.
So what does all these things mean?
So this is formatting. You know how you want to format it to a million, thousand, something K. So that's
Okay, so
what
you want it to be something like 201 M.
201K. So that's formatting.
Okay, 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 that's 201,000.
Yeah, I think I had that thing somewhere. Not sure where I wrote it down. So you can see I'm opening my book. When I am teaching, I think I have seen something like that. When I am teaching, I don't just come to teach. I don't just come to teach. I prepare before coming to teach. So I also expect you to prepare when you're coming to learn. Thoughts, hash, comma, K. Got it. So that's the formatting for 1,000. There is also for million, which is different from this. Yeah, I think I'm happy with what I have. I will.
Sorry, Kingsley, can you go again? One hash hash comma K. Is that
Yes, so let me bring it back. Data series, data label. That's on number. So
type
that's it. Hash
format
dots, hash comma K.
hash dot hash comma K?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so let's now work on this. So the font size, I think I like this color, and the font size, I'll increase it to, let's make it 11. Bold, will it be okay? No, I don't think bold is okay. This number is fine. 10 is fine to me. And what else? What else? I think we can make this look like 10 too. And yeah, so let's see here if we can put a data point there on the label.
Up. Maybe it's data label
I think
you're
it's
looking
not label, it's
for at the
series.
end.
Okay, just leave it like that. Okay, so here we are. I can move it and done with this. This is supposed to be sold over time.
So
It's
that's date
sold.
and quantity.
What is data and quantity?
I'm asking, that's date and quantity that you picked.
Yeah, let's see what I
See?
picked. Units sold. Date and units sold. So and you see how
Okay.
units sold is giving me a sum. Yeah, that's what it should give me. So this is it. And this is what I can do again. I have four. I think I kind of have, how many do I have? I have this now. So let me go and create one more column. So here now I'm not duplicating anything. I am creating an empty stuff here. New sheets. I'll call it my dashboard.
You don't reach dashboard.
So I will come here, select everything. I don't want the grid line. I want it completely flat. Come to view, grid line, remove it. Don't even want formula bar, but I will. So IDK, the reason you have your stuff always snapping, when you double click here, it hides. Well, of course, you can always bring it, but somehow when you click out, it hides. So you need to double click again here so that it stays.
Please, can you do that again?
So you see, when you come to home or any tab, if you double click, it hides. It just gives you more space to work. It becomes handy as we are trying to design dashboard. Are you with me? So if I go to
Yeah.
any tab, it's going to open all this. But if I click out, it hides. So but if you want
So,
it to stay, you want it to stay, you double click on any tab, it will stay. If I click out now, it still stays. Does that make sense?
right.
So, but for this, I'm going to double click. I want it to hide. So from what we have done, somebody is talking on the background. Please control your background noise, guys. So for this, I would like a kind of gray color, some sort of gray color. So let me go. What do I want on the background? And this is the background now we're going to. This is what gives us background. You know how your cell, if you want to color it, you use here. So let's come here. I want to pick up something bit. Let me go. I'll pick a custom one. Click on custom. So I want something on the greenish side. Drag it like this, something like this. Bring it closer. You should know the color. If you have your color, you just put it inside here. Put it inside here and then you go. If you have your background color. So I think this works for me. Oops, I did not select everything. Let me go and pick that color. Okay, so I expect it to be there. Come to home, pick the color. Okay. So here we are. Let's go. The first one, click copy. All right, so I want the background here to be transparent. Remember how we did it the other place? So transparent, 100%. The background here too, I want it transparent. I want it transparent, 100%. All right, so that way I don't have anything disturbing. Copy, come here, anywhere here and paste. Just close this. Anywhere here and paste. Oh, I also copied again. Copy, and see it's giving me suggestion of different design, but I'm happy with what I have. And paste. So here we are. I don't like this. Why are you giving me this color? So I'm going to still go and work on the format chart area. Okay, so fill. It's the fill. Yes, the fill is the problem. So there's difference between fill and outline or border. Fill is the main this and the outline is the side. Oh, okay. So, but then it doesn't really look that good. It doesn't look, that's bright. We can actually work on the background later. So you see how the distance followed it to this place. So I can have it here. Oh, since it's a line chart, have it up here. To bring the other one, this one, copy, paste it somewhere. Don't like this. I paid some fill and 100% transparency. Okay, I can have it look like the other one. Good. Okay, I like what I'm seeing. And go and bring this one. Paste it somewhere. Just optimize it. So mind you, you have your color guide. That's what you will use to guide yourself. You can see how messed up my color is. You cannot use my color. But that's why you're doing that color guide. So it controls you, your style guide, sorry. So you can use it to control what you want to do, your background color, everything, you use it to control it. So it's the solid fill and don't want that. Oh, okay. So I think I am good. I'm happy with what I have. The last one is table. I hope table will follow me. Let's see if it will agree to follow me. This is table. Um, all right, so first of all, let me remove this. I don't want blank. We are good. Let's see if it will follow me, agree to follow me. Okay, so it agreed to follow me. Okay, so here we are. Let's see if it's way. This way. It's not expanding. All right, so not really a cool way, not really a good one, so I'm going to remove it. So what I want is to undo this thing. Okay, so here we are. All right, so I can bring in one more chart and put here if I want. And this one down. Okay, so what happens now? I can then come and start doing any design. If you have a background, can we bring in background? We'll check if we can bring in background design another day. But this is what I've been able to do. Can you replicate it, guys?